I really regret making those intro videos. My name is Jesse Cohen. I hope you can hear me. We are reporting from Toyota Sports Performance Center here following the LA Kings practice on November 5th. Not a ton to report from practice. It was pretty short, pretty quick. There wasn't a lot of like formal drills or line rushes or special teams practice. The Kings obviously won 3-0 last night, so light practice last night. Had a brief opportunity to chat to some of the players in the room. Um, just conveyed to them that I felt like Winnipeg was never really close to competing in that game, and echoed what Drew Doughty had said last night about the Kings wanting to have more insurance space than just one goal late in the game. All of them agreed to that, but also said that they felt like they played a really strong game, took away Winnipeg's chances. There were a couple shorthanded chances, I think, a couple, rush chances that Winnipeg had, but not a lot of sustained pressure in the zone, not a lot of possession time. Thought the Kings did a really excellent job. We did talk to Jim Hiller for an extended period of time afterwards, and there was talk about the game Darcy Kemper had and whether or not we would see the five-man power play continue. And the answer to that was essentially it'll be a game-by-game decision. He had mentioned earlier in the season that the success the five-man power play had last season, at the end of last season, had given them some runway to work through whatever struggles were happening earlier in this season. Jim Miller mentioned that last night he wasn't thrilled, that's my word, not his, with how the power play performed early. Obviously, they got the 5-on-3 goal late. And so my question was, does that success on the 5-on-3 extend that runway, or is there a timeline for when the runway runs out? And he said, no, there isn't. Those are obviously good players. Did ask about Kuzmenko being added back to the top unit middle of the game for that 5-on-3. Jim Miller talked about wanting Corey Perry at the net front, wanting Kuzmenko as the goal line presence, who was a right-handed shot. So they obviously valued that ability to move the puck down low from that perspective of having has four right-handed forwards, right shooting forwards, and four left shooting forwards. A wing, they have more than four left shooting forwards at center, but each line has one player who shoots right on it, and two of the lines have the right shot on the right side, and two of the lines have the right shot on the left side. Armia and Kuzmenko are both playing their off wing, whereas Laferriere and Perry are playing the right side, and they are right-handed shots. Just something that I'm always curious about, particularly given Kuzmenko's presence on the off wing on the power play. And the answer I got, which is, I suspect, probably the correct answer, is that it just comes down to preference, right? Kempe likes playing his off wing as a left-handed shot, so he goes on the right side. Armia said he doesn't really care what side he plays. Most hockey these days breaks down to F1, F2, F3 positionless play anyway. But if Kuzmenko wants to play his off wing and Kempe wants to play his off wing, that sort of puts the line mates on the other side, unless they have a strong preference, in which case we've heard in the past that Moore and Fiala worked out who would play the left, who would play the right. So these are just sorts of things that fascinate me and probably very few other people. I mentioned last night or noticed that when Darcy Kemper has a save percentage in the game of 900 or more, the Kings are 4-0-0 and 0-3-3 when it's under 900. So I don't want to make it as simple as when Darcy Kemper performs, the Kings have a chance to win, and when he struggles, they don't. But sometimes it might be that simple. I mean, hockey can be an incredibly complex game. It can also be an incredibly simple game. I don't think there was a ton of other interesting information to come out of this practice. Again, practice was pretty short. Generally speaking, practice is scheduled for about an hour between games. If there's a game on a Tuesday and a game on a Thursday, practice is scheduled from 11 to noon. It's 12:15. Practice was probably done at 11:27. So it's pretty quick. Not a lot happening. Warren Fogle was again out on the ice in a red no contact jersey, which led me to wonder what is the actual penalty for making contact with a player in a red no contact jersey. Slipped my mind. I didn't ask it. I will try and ask around and find out if there is, in fact, a penalty for making contact with a player in a red no contact jersey. The media spoke to Corey Perry. I did not participate in that scrum. I was going around talking to some of the other players, asking my own questions. You can find all of that up on the LA Kings YouTube page, I'm sure, soon enough. Obviously, Corey Perry off to an incredible start, and the full availability with Jim Hiller will likely also be uploaded to YouTube. Again, not a ton of stuff because it was a 3-0 win. So, there's a lot of talk about Florida and how to prepare for Florida and what Florida does well. And there was a lot of praise for the performance last night. And that's kind of it. So, I think we're going to wrap it up because not a lot happened today, not a lot to talk about. I hope this was informative, and we will talk to you soon.